On June 6, a video showing an EV spontaneously catching fire inside a workshop began circulating widely on Chinese social media. Viewers quickly identified the vehicle as a Denza D9, a luxury all-electric or plug-in hybrid minivan produced by BYD, China's largest EV manufacturer. The incident struck a nerve online, especially as it came shortly after another Denza owner posted a video describing a breakdown. According to the driver, his vehicle suddenly stopped working on the way home, leaving him stranded just a short distance from his house. Frustrated, he shared his experience online.
I bought
a Denza, and it's just so embarrassing. I was coming back from Shanghai today, and the car ran out of petrol on the way. Now I'm not even 500 meters from my house, and there's still 17% battery left, but the car just won't respond. It left me stranded at an intersection. Honestly, this is what you get with a Chinese-made car. In a follow-up post, the car owner revealed he faced serious consequences and was detained by police for 7 days over the video.
上周五关于腾势第9半路趴窝的那条视频350万的播放量。
That video I posted last Friday about the Denza breaking down in the middle of the road got 3.5 million views. I still don't know what I said wrong, but they put me in a shadow ban for a whole week. It only just ended. After I posted that video, a lot of people accused me of attacking BYD or slandering Chinese-made cars. So today, I want to clear things up. The vlogger said he's a longtime supporter of domestic brands and owns 3 BYD EVs, a pure electric Han EV, a Yangwang, and the Denza. He made it clear that his intention wasn't to attack the company, but to express concern after his vehicle failed despite still having 17% battery remaining, something he believes reflects a design flaw. He expressed he was venting out of frustration because he wants Chinese-made cars to improve and succeed. Backed by massive government subsidies, China's electric vehicle sector has grown at rapid speed, with major players like BYD pushing aggressively into global markets. But the rapid expansion has been accompanied by growing pains. Reports of EVs spontaneously catching fire, malfunctioning doors that trap occupants, and fatal accidents are becoming more frequent. Issues related to smart driving systems have also sparked concerns. Despite rising complaints, many Chinese EV owners say they have nowhere to turn. Online posts criticizing major Chinese brands, especially BYD, often vanish within hours. Critics allege that the Chinese government, working closely with automakers, is actively censoring negative feedback and even deploying police to silence dissent.
Look at
this. BYD doesn't care, and neither does the insurance company. So what am I supposed to do with this car? A few days ago, the car wouldn't start. I called Ping An Insurance and asked for roadside assistance. After they towed it, the car ended up wrecked like this. Then the insurance company said it's a manufacturing defect, and the manufacturer said it's the insurance company's fault for mishandling it. No one's taking responsibility. I have no idea who's actually to blame.
While Chinese automakers are known for aggressively silencing domestic complaints, they often adopt a far more conciliatory approach when dealing with foreign customers, especially in countries with press freedom and legal protections. Unable to censor public outcry overseas, these companies are under greater pressure to resolve disputes swiftly to protect their international reputation. On June 1st, Malaysian media reported that BYD had fully bought back an Auto 3 electric SUV from 33-year-old Malaysian driver Izwan Hassan, who had earlier gone public with a terrifying incident involving the vehicle. The automaker's local distributor, Sime Motors, also settled the outstanding bank loan tied to the vehicle. Hassan explained in a Facebook post that despite suffering a financial loss, he decided to return the car after considering the safety of his family. The vehicle had been in use for less than a year. The incident occurred on May 1st while he was driving from Malacca to Penang. Traveling between 90 and 100 kilometers per hour on the Cheras-Kajang Expressway, the Auto 3 suddenly lost power and came to an abrupt stop mid-drive. The sudden failure left his family, who were traveling in the car with him, in shock. The vehicle was towed to BYD's Glen Marie Service Center, where after 12 days, technicians informed him that the cause was not a 12-volt battery failure as initially suspected, but a faulty sensor in the driver's side door. Hassan cited footage from his dashcam showing the vehicle coming to a complete stop in under 7 seconds. And what's even more concerning is that the system activated its emergency protocol without issuing any prior warning. He said even after shifting to neutral, the wheels were locked. Everything happened too quickly there was no time to react. A system meant to protect passengers instead became a serious safety hazard. The event sparked widespread discussions online, with EV owners and commentators questioning whether automated safety systems, without sufficient human override or warning protocols, could pose greater dangers than benefits. Hassan mentioned that this experience has made him much more cautious when selecting his next car. He plans to prioritize safety features and reliable after-sales support and won't be swayed by flashy advertisements or promotions again. As of now, BYD has not issued an official statement regarding the incident. Similar safety controversies are unfolding in other countries as well, and in some cases, the situations are even more severe. On the evening of May 2nd, a major fire broke out at a BYD dealership in Vientiane, the capital of Laos. Footage taken by residents show thick plumes of smoke and intense flames engulfing the showroom. A local media report revealed that one of the vehicles destroyed was a BYD Shark 6. Although the company later claimed that the vehicle's battery and motor system were not compromised, 80% of the vehicle's exterior had been destroyed, prompting renewed concerns about protection safety and fire prevention. Fire authorities say the blaze was likely caused by faulty wiring or electrical equipment on the showroom's roof, which quickly spread across the facility. While the fire was brought under control within 30 minutes and no injuries were reported, BYD delayed its public response by 4 days, raising questions about its crisis management and transparency. While its overseas image suffers, BYD is also grappling with major challenges at home. With China's broader economic slowdown and domestic demand weakening, the auto industry has plunged into a brutal price war, sending ripples across the supply chain. In late May, a financial collapse at Jinan Chengcheng, a key BYD dealership in Shandong province, sent shockwaves through the automotive sector. The incident underscores the mounting pressure Chinese automakers are facing as price cuts intensify competition. On May 23rd, BYD slashed prices on 22 models, with some reductions reaching up to 34%. For instance, the Seal 07 DMI hybrid sedan saw a price drop of 53,000 yuan, equivalent to about $7,400, while the Chin Plus DMI hybrid sedan now sells for just 63,800 yuan, equivalent to about $8,900 after subsidies. Other major automotive players, including Chang'an, Leap Motor, and Geely Auto, quickly followed suit, with tech giants like Xiaomi and Huawei also entering the automotive market. The competition is becoming fiercer and more complex. Behind the scenes, many car makers have reportedly been cutting corners to reduce production costs, resulting in declining vehicle quality across the board. In January, multiple videos surfaced online showing a horrifying accident involving a white BYD Auto 3 in Huiyan City, Guangdong Province. The vehicle appeared to lose control and crash into a large truck. The car shattered on impact, disintegrating into pieces like a pile of toy bricks. The wreckage was described by many online as resembling a heap of garbage. Social media users were quick to mock the structural integrity of the vehicle, sarcastically questioning whether these Chinese-made EVs were made of plastic. Negative feedback about BYD and other Chinese electric vehicle brands is not limited to drivers. Auto repair professionals and industry bloggers have also voiced serious concerns.
BYD, 我不想吐槽你。
BYD, I really don't want to rant, but I can't take it anymore this early in the morning. I won't comment on your other models. I haven't driven them, so I've got no right to speak. But let's talk about the one I do drive, the Seal plug-in hybrid. When I fill up the tank, the dashboard tells me I can go 1,100 kilometers. But be honest, once I hit the highway, can it even manage 700 or 800? Where did the rest of the range go? Did you guys eat it? On the highway, once my fuel gauge drops below 150 kilometers, I start getting anxious. Like I might just break down and end up stranded. Then I would have to waste time and money calling a tow truck. What's the point of inflating your mileage numbers? Who does that help?
BYD, the inside of the car is already rusting. There's really nothing impressive going on here. Wait, am I seeing this right? A broken axle? One vlogger shared a video showing two separate BYD vehicles broken down on the roadside, both suffering from axle failure.
这是个3字母牌的某 Pro。
This is a crash involving a certain 3-letter brand, and it's one of the Pro models. The A-pillar actually snapped in the accident. I've seen a lot of crash-damaged cars, including some where the A-pillar bent or got deformed, but I've never seen one where it completely broke. Could you be transparent and tell us the strength of the steel you're using for that part? Why would it snap like that? Don't tell me you forced your supplier to cut costs by 10%, and now the material strength is worse. BYD isn't the only one facing manufacturing failures. In early June, an accident involving a Zeekr Chinese EV occurred in Shenzhen. Footage captured in the aftermath of the crash shows the Zeekr 001 vehicle had split cleanly into two pieces, scattering debris across the road. Even the battery pack was flung out from the wheel. Miraculously, the driver remained unharmed, still seated in the front half of the car. According to eyewitnesses, the vehicle wasn't even speeding. The crash reportedly occurred because the road was slippery. Social media users mocked the build quality, asking whether the car was glued together with tape. On June 5th, a vlogger lashed out at electric vehicle manufacturers, accusing them of cutting corners to survive China's brutal price war.
这就是你们花20几万买的电动车。
This is the kind of electric vehicle you get for over 200,000 yuan. I won't name the brand because the moment I do, people will accuse me of smearing Chinese EVs. All I'll say is, it's an EV, and this brand has zero bottom line. The rear anti-collision beam is as thin as a soda can. Might as well use it to peel apples. I look everywhere for the crash box, no clue where it is. And this so-called anti-collision beam is full of random holes. Are they supposed to relieve stress or something? This thing folds like a Coke can. I honestly don't know what it's supposed to protect. The vlogger said it's fine to compete on price, but not at the expense of conscience and safety. Don't make the exterior look sleek while secretly cutting costs on the parts car owners can't see.
我今天给你们看一个，有些国产车他们可以偷工减料到什么程度？
Let me show you how far some Chinese brands go when it comes to cutting corners. Take a look at this anti-collision bar. It's shocking, right? The metal's so thin it could cut your hand. But wait, there's worse. Watch this next clip. This is a Japanese car. Look at the build quality and materials in the back. It's a Honda model that had a crash on the rear right side. First, check out the hot stamped steel anti-collision bar. It's super thick. You could tell by the sound it makes. It's incredibly strong. Now look at the inner structure of the body panel. I had to use serious force just to get through it. I'll show you a side-by-side comparison with a Chinese car's underbody later. Just look at the difference in build quality. Take a look at this model. This is a thick underbody from a Chinese car. At a forum on May 28th, Geely's auto chairman Eric Li openly acknowledged that the ongoing price war in China's auto industry is spiraling out of control. He warned that such cutthroat competition inevitably leads to cutting corners, counterfeit production, and other non-compliant practices. A Chinese automotive professional who relocated to the United States in March 2024, Huang Guocheng, echoed this sentiment in an interview with Western media. He stated that the core issue lies in the Chinese Communist Party's system-driven model and deeply rooted in corruption. Huang was a former automotive structural engineer in Guangxi. He explained that many Chinese car makers focus heavily on cosmetic appeal, such as flashy exteriors, bright colors, and high-end interior trim, while overlooking critical elements like safety and performance. He pointed to BYD's Seal model as an example. The car is popular among young drivers for its unique dancing mode, where it sways left and right while idling at traffic lights. But this design requires additional mechanical components that weaken the vehicle's crash resistance. Another common design flaw is the overuse of large display screens inside the car. Huang warned that oversized screens can distract drivers, especially at night, and pose serious safety hazards. He also noted that some Chinese cars begin to show signs of deterioration, such as rusted undercarriages, loose parts, and abnormal noise, just after 2 or 3 years on the road. In contrast, similarly priced models of global brands like Toyota's Corolla or Volkswagen's Jetta typically remain stable and reliable. The difference, he said, boils down to quality control and manufacturing standards. Huang believes much of this stems from a rush to chase government subsidies and policy incentives. He criticized many Chinese manufacturers for rushing vehicles to market with minimal testing, unlike international companies that often spend years fine-tuning a single model through rigorous validation. A veteran mechanic with over 20 years of experience explained why Chinese EVs are considered problematic. Today, we've still got a long line of cars waiting to be repaired. Some haven't even been delivered yet. I've been in this business for over 20 years. Big repair jobs don't come in every day, but the small ones never stop. The accident lot is full. Want to know which cars tend to catch fire after accidents? I see it every day. Some of those crashes aren't even that serious. People should have been able to get out, but due to some design issues, door jams, and they can't escape, there's nothing they can do, and the whole industry is a mess right now. The regulators are basically useless. As long as you've got money, you can build whatever you want. And crash tests, forget it. They don't even happen anymore. Don't talk to me about China compulsory certification. New brands pop up every year. How can anyone possibly keep up? The mechanic explained that in China, safety certifications are often bought rather than earned. He urged consumers looking for an EV to consider hybrids, preferably Japanese models, if they care about long-term safety for themselves and their families. Former automotive structural engineer Huang Guocheng exposed severe corruption during testing and certification phases of Chinese EVs. He explained that safety tests in China are often overseen by government agencies that pressure companies to pay bribes. If automakers don't cooperate, the process becomes deliberately difficult. To pass inspection, companies often prepare special samples with reinforced steel and fire retardant padding, materials not used in mass production. This results in a troubling two-tier system where ordinary drivers are left exposed to serious safety risks. Huang also said that procurement departments are another source of corruption. Many procurement managers are relatives of top executives, allowing vendors to win contracts through bribes, regardless of product quality. As a result, inferior materials enter the supply chain from the very beginning. This pattern has already been exposed in several scandals. In August 2024, former SAIC motor vehicle president Chen De-mei was investigated for awarding overpriced contracts to a company linked to his son. In 2023, XPeng Motors faced scrutiny for inflating seat procurement costs by over 1,200 yuan, equivalent to about $167 per unit. In 2022, a procurement director at Li Auto was arrested for bribery. He reportedly owned 4 luxury vehicles worth more than 15 million yuan, equivalent to about $2.1 million. In China, vehicle quality issues are rarely held accountable. Most auto companies maintain dedicated PR teams that coordinate closely with authorities. When accidents occur or complaints arise, these teams work behind the scenes to downplay incidents and suppress negative coverage. One example was a deadly accident in Shenzhen in 2019. A vehicle burst into flames after a rear-end collision, killing multiple passengers. While the victim's family filed lawsuits questioning the car's materials and design, the case quietly disappeared without resolution. More recently, on the night of March 29th, a Xiaomi SU7 crashed into a concrete barrier on a highway in Tongling, Anhui province. The car caught fire, and all 3 university students inside were killed. The tragedy triggered public concerns over smart driving technology and vehicle safety design, including whether the car doors were locked after the crash. But following coordinated damage control efforts by Xiaomi and local authorities, the story quickly vanished from headlines. China affairs expert Yue Shan says the structural problems in China's automotive sector ultimately stem from political systems. In healthy markets, automakers rely on user feedback to improve quality. But in China, car companies focus on pleasing regulators rather than serving customers. As Yue explained, they answer to those above, not to the consumers below, and that top-down mindset is undermining the entire industry.